Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures. And in this video, we're gonna talk about storage solutions for your Overland rig. And not just Jeeps, obviously we own Jeeps, but we're talking just about any vehicle that you may be using as an Overland rig. This company, SHW Offroad, probably has a solution for your rig, and if not, probably will soon. SHW is based in Kentucky, and everything they do is made in the USA. And they're doing some really cool stuff, some innovative stuff, thinking outside the box. Box, you get it? That was so cheesy. I love the fact that they're a small business based in the heart of the US and doing things that some of the bigger companies aren't even trying to do. Now, if you've been following the build of my Gladiator since I got it, you know, because I've said it multiple times, when I first got this thing, I realized that there were a couple really sweet things that nobody was making for it. One was a 1/2 or 3/4 height enclosed bed topper, so you could have a tent low and have the bed, not have it covered. And still, I don't think anybody makes that. And the other was a 1/2 drawer system. There were a couple companies at that point that were making full drawer systems, but I didn't want my fridge to be way up here. I wanted to keep it down low in the bed, and so I just wanted a 1/2 drawer, and nobody made that. There was one company that made just a universal drawer, but it wasn't finished, and it just wasn't ideal. But I got a message last year from my friend Rob over at Overland. He was telling me about the guys at SHW and what they were doing with the Gladiator. And just happened that they were starting to build 1/2 bed drawers for the Gladiator, and absolutely had to have. So met with them. We actually met up at Overland Expo East, and they were kind enough to actually bring the drawer to Expo East, and we swapped it out there. They did the install on this, was super fast. And so now for, I don't know, about 9 months, 8 months or so, I've had this drawer in the back of my Gladiator, and it has been incredible. Now, SHW does some things that other companies don't. Everything that they do starts with a 3D scan, either of the outside or the interior space, so that they can make sure everything fits just right. Everything is either made with ultralight composite materials, such as the drawer in the back of my Gladiator, or a Spanish birch plywood, which is the lightest plywood that you can possibly buy, like the drawer system in the back of my wife's Wrangler, and the new seat delete in the front of my Gladiator, which I'll show you those here in just a minute. But the fit and finish is fantastic. The quality is incredible. One thing I love about this drawer is it wastes no space. The drawer goes from the front all the way to the back. You can pull it all the way out and gain access to everything in here. It's absolutely made my life so much easier at camp, out on the trail, accessing gear and tools and stuff. They rate this as water and dust resistant, but after almost 9 months of having this in the back of my Gladiator, I have never had any issues with water or dust getting on my things. So, I mean, they can't officially say it's water and dust proof, but I can, at least in my experience anyway. I have not had any problems at all with water or dust getting inside this drawer. It seals very tight. It has rubber seals around here. I think they did really good. Some companies will give you a little bit of space in this pocket here and then shut the rest off. SHW gives you the full length of the bed over here. So I'm able to put recovery ropes, tow straps. I can fit a number of things down in there. And I've got a little 12-bolt port that I installed down there myself, so I can easily access that. So there's no space wasted with this drawer, which I absolutely love. And this drawer weighs max 100 pounds. It's not a heavy drawer system at all. I mean, look at that. Look at all that space in there. This particular drawer system comes in two sizes. I have the standard size. They make a taller one that sits up another few inches. Only regret I have is that I didn't get the taller one. I very much love this one, but the taller one I think would have just been even more better because more space. But I absolutely love this.
I absolutely love my ultralight drawers in the back of my Wrangler. I do a lot of rock crawling, so I wanted to make sure that it wasn't something that was going to weigh me down. So this ultralight series, it only weighs 43 pounds. The drawers on the bottom here, I have so much stuff in it. One of the things that I really like about it, it turns into this kind of tote that you can take out and set around camp. If you want to take it out, if you're needing to work on your rig, you can take that to wherever you need to. And like I said, super light. The channels over here, it's a non-friction channel, so that way they just slide in super easily. And another thing that I like on mine is it doesn't really have the rail system like Matt has. Whenever I talked with Jake at SHW, he said sometimes whenever you're wheeling, a lot of those rails, they'll just kind of, you know, get shaken up on the trail and they become loose. So I didn't want the weight in there, and I also didn't want to have to deal with any of that modifications or maintaining that. So they do everything they can over at SHW to maximize the space that your vehicle has. They don't want you to lose that in the process. So as I was mentioning, you can take these out, but you also have underneath here access to these cubbies. I have a battery system in here, so that way I can still access that and utilize that for extra power on the road. Another thing that I like about this drawer system specifically is that whenever I'm on the road, my Jeeps make enough sound as it is. I don't want back here to be loud, so it's not going to rattle, because if you notice, it lifts up and it goes in. They have it built in so that way it just kind of goes in and sets in there, so that way it's not making any sound.
Now, since everything is 3D scanned, you can see this fits in the back of her JL beautifully. They do a cutout here for the subwoofer. If you have that option, everything meshes up just perfectly here. And I was able to modify mine just a little bit and put a couple 12-volt outlets, a couple USB outlets back here so that she has power in the back of her Wrangler. There's not anything here that's, you know, there's no storage space under here, so it was easy to modify that. But everything fits perfect because it's 3D scanned and gives you a nice flat spot to put more gear up there. I'm crazy impressed with these things.
So another option that they give you for the drawer system in the back of the Wrangler is you can do a 2-drawer system on one side while having a fridge slide on the other. I just didn't have that set up because I really wanted to keep these bags in the back of mine. They have so many different configurations to maximize the space in your rig, not just for Jeeps, but for other vehicles as well.
SHW is also doing rear seat deletes. I just got this one at the More Expo, and I am absolutely in love with this thing. Now, mine is a 60% rear seat delete, so I've still got this seat over here because occasionally I still need to put people in the back seat. But eventually I'll be going to the full seat delete. This is made out of the same Spanish birch plywood like the ultralight system in Kara's Jeep. I actually carried this at the More Expo from their booth over to the Gladiator. And this thing is one-handed, super easy. I don't know how much this weighs, but it is stupid light. So it saves weight because the back seat here is a whole lot heavier than this thing is. But you get 2 cubbies. Here I've got my jacks and stuff, some recovery gear, an old towel, a couple spare parts, brake lines, that sort of thing. And then over here, I've got things like, you know, body wipes, some fire starter kits, extra towels, and some first aid stuff, that sort of thing down in here. Now, mine is a little different than the normal rear seat delete because I have MB Quart subwoofer down here that fits in the space under the back seat. I obviously wasn't going to take that out. So they actually modified this for me just a little bit by modifying the support here so it fits over the sub. And normally in this space here in the front, there's a drawer so you can access this stuff in this compartment from the drawer, and that's pretty awesome. They had a fully decked out Gladiator on display at the Moore Expo, and that's going to be coming to my Gladiator sometime in the near future, because what they have done is not only done the seat delete, but they've also created a panel here across the back with sliding doors, so you can access things like this little my little JBL speaker back here, the little cubby behind this one. It gives you doors to kind of keep everything inside. And then they have done something really sweet up here at the top with a compartment that's got the foam that you can cut out and stick stuff in. Fantastic place for quick access recovery gear or some self-defense items that you want to have hidden but easy access to. They obviously didn't have one on display, but they had a little drawing of things you could possibly put in there. And I thought that was a crazy cool idea that I'm thinking will end up in the back of my Gladiator too, because that was just a really crazy cool idea that no one's thinking of. That's what I love so much about SHW, is they're just thinking outside the box. These are guys who wheel all the time. And so they're taking the needs that they have, the needs that, talking to people like me and Rob, and they're just finding real solutions that are just crazy cool and work, and they just work. So seat deletes, drawers, for trucks, for SUVs, SHW is doing some really cool things. Check out their website. I do not have an affiliate link. I do not have a discount code. If you buy something from them, I do not benefit financially at all. They are just great guys doing really cool stuff, and everything made in the USA in Kentucky. So check them out. Links in the description. I hope you like this video. I just think they're doing really cool stuff. Good video, like if you would, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We've got a goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and need your help to do so. Check out our Patreon, links in the description if you like what we're doing and you want to support the channel, gain access to special content and events and all of our GPS data. And for Ozark Overland Adventures merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.